Chapter 1937. How can a supreme be so poor? Luotian awakens. Looking at the box left behind by the soul spirit person, Lin Moyu fell into deep thought. Back when various races rebelled, the soul spirit race was among them. Why would he have a box belonging to the human race? Ancient talismans are unique to the great world. No other race possesses them except the human race. This box, without a doubt, is a human artifact.
He said he fulfilled his promise to us and hoped we wouldn't go back on our word. What does that mean?
Lin Moyu had no clue and couldn't figure it out. It was understandable that in ancient times, the sages of the human race might have promised something to the soul spirit people, and there might have been a transaction between them. But what exactly was promised? The answer might be inside the box. Lin Moyu released a skeleton general to touch the box. The skeleton general easily picked up the box without encountering any danger. The box was square, less than half a meter in length and width, and looked very delicate. The entire box was covered with runes, so complex that Lin Moyu felt dizzy just looking at them.
This is an ancient talisman flattened and imprinted on the box, something only a few could achieve.
Ancient talismans are three-dimensional and have thickness. Changing the shape of an ancient talisman to make it flat is incredibly difficult. In today's era, no one can do it. Lin Moyu believed that even in ancient times, only a few could achieve this. The ancient talisman was too complex. Just a few glances made Lin Moyu realize he couldn't decipher it. Without deciphering the talisman, the box couldn't be opened, unless he used brute force like smashing the box with the scourge staff. But whether the contents inside would remain intact was uncertain.
The soul spirit person said he fulfilled his promise to us. The us here should refer to the human race, at least the strongest among them. The transaction with the soul spirit person wasn't with an individual, but possibly with the human race.
Thinking of this, Lin Moyu decided to take the box back and hand it over to the Saint Sovereigns to handle. No matter what was inside, he believed the Saint Sovereigns wouldn't hide it from him. Moreover, whether the Saint Sovereigns could open the box was still a question, so why worry? After confirming there was no danger, Lin Moyu put away the box. This was the core area of the Soul Spirit battleship, the place to control it. Unfortunately, the battleship was damaged and could no longer be controlled. The battleship drifted aimlessly in the outer starry sky, without any direction. The mournful song echoed again. At this moment, Lin Moyu somewhat understood. The song seemed to tell the fate of the soul spirit world, crying for it. Lin Moyu sighed softly and left the soul spirit battleship. Most of the soul spirit beasts in the battleship had been eliminated, but over time, new ones would be born. Watching the soul spirit battleship disappear into the dark starry sky, Lin Moyu felt a sense of melancholy. An entire world, an entire race left so little behind. If the great world were invaded and the human race fled, would they also wander the endless starry sky like the soul spirit race? Wiping away inappropriate thoughts, Lin Moyu knew he was influenced by the soul spirit person's song. Lin Moyu comforted himself.
Some sentimentality isn't a bad thing. At least it proves I'm human and have emotions.
Only after the soul spirit battleship completely disappeared, leaving no trace, did Lin Moyu look away. The soul spirit battleship didn't fly fast. In 2 days, it hadn't flown far. Before entering the battleship, he had left a skeleton general for positioning, so he wouldn't lose his way. Lin Moyu took out Shanlin Supreme's corpse again. The corpse looked like dead wood, devoid of any vitality. After some searching, Lin Moyu found a storage item in a crack in the dead wood. Normally, Saint Sovereigns and Supremes, after having a rule world, would replace storage items. Except for some special items, most things would be placed in the rule world. But Shanlin Supreme was different. His rule world was exposed, so Lin Moyu judged he had another storage treasure. Over the years, those he deceived, killed, or turned into puppets wouldn't be few. Naturally, their wealth fell into Shanlin Supreme's hands. And as a Supreme, he must have his own stockpile. Now, after some searching, he indeed found a storage treasure. It was a storage treasure resembling a broken branch, looking very ordinary. If not for Lin Moyu's keen soul, he might not have discovered it.
Hope it doesn't disappoint me.
His soul probed inside. With Shanlin Supreme dead, the storage treasure had no owner and was easily opened. A large pile of items appeared in his perception, most of which were not from the human race, and Lin Moyu couldn't recognize many of them. There were so many items that Lin Moyu felt overwhelmed. But because they belonged to a supreme, Lin Moyu had expectations, so he patiently searched. He took out all items belonging to the human race and grouped the alien items together. Most items were at the God Sovereign level, with few at the other shore level, and none at the supreme level. A hint of disappointment appeared in his eyes.
Shanlin Supreme is so poor. What kind of supreme is this?
His words carried disdain. Such a poor supreme couldn't compare to the wealth of the human saint sovereigns.
What's this?
Lin Moyu suddenly saw a pair of pearls, giving him a familiar feeling, as if he had seen them somewhere before. After thinking carefully, Lin Moyu subconsciously blurted out,
These belong to Luoshin.
Luoshin, the hybrid princess recognized by the Starry Sky fish race, the only one acknowledged by them. Lin Moyu took out the pearls and also the soul pearl containing Luoshin. He carefully compared their auras, which were indeed identical. This confirmed that the pearls indeed belonged to Luoshin. Seemingly sensing her belongings, Luoshin's soul in the soul pearl suddenly stirred. The space around the soul pearl trembled slightly. Then the tremor grew stronger, and the pearls also began to shake. Suddenly, the pearls emitted a strong light, and the power of the other shore realm burst out, forcibly pushing Lin Moyu away. Lin Moyu watched curiously, with a hint of surprise in his eyes. Luoshin's soul seemed to be within reach inside the soul pearl. In reality, space laws existed, and the space inside the soul pearl was vast, making it almost impossible to awaken Luoshin through the soul pearl. This was also a form of protection for Luoshin, making it difficult for her to sense the outside world. Unexpectedly, she could resonate with the pearls. Clearly, Luoshin's mastery of space laws far exceeded Lin Moyu's imagination. The pearls and the soul pearl called to each other, resonating. Lin Moyu felt Luoshin's aura growing stronger, her soul seemingly awakening. Recalling Luoshin's information, she had once reached the other shore realm and was one of the elders of the Starry Sky fish race. Whether she reached the Saint Sovereign realm was unclear. Later, she left the Starry Sky fish race and never returned. Her pearls ended up in Shanlin Supreme's hands. The whole process was not hard to imagine. Luoshin likely entered the outer domain and encountered Shanlin Supreme. Using space laws, Luoshin probably escaped but didn't fully get away. Her body was destroyed, and her soul entered the soul pearl, falling into a deep sleep. Thinking this way, everything made sense. 1938. Chapter 1938. It would take thousands of years to return on my own. The spatial fluctuations grew increasingly intense, with the laws of space constantly rippling through the starry sky, stirring layer upon layer of space. Space spread out like ocean waves, layer upon layer, crashing outward, wave after wave. For Lin Moyu, this was an excellent learning experience. He didn't hesitate to carefully sense the spatial fluctuations, absorbing and digesting as much as possible. The pearls and the soul pearl drew closer to each other until they finally touched. The pearls seemed to sink into the soul pearl as if submerging into the sea. In the next second, the pair of pearls traversed an infinite distance and appeared on Luoshin's soul ears.
These are actually soul treasures.
Lin Moyu realized he had underestimated the pearls. Not only were they Luoshin's belongings, but they were also soul treasures. Moreover, they were soul treasures containing the laws of space, belonging to the other shore realm. The value of such soul treasures was beyond words. It was likely that the entire Starry Sky fish race couldn't find another one like it. Lin Moyu speculated that Luoshin must have reached the Saint Sovereign realm. Even though she was a princess, she was still a hybrid. At the other shore realm, she couldn't possess the immense power of the pure-blooded elders. The Starry Sky fish race placed too much emphasis on bloodline, an unchangeable fact. The spatial waves grew more turbulent, and space began to distort intensely, pushing Lin Moyu away once again. Lin Moyu, amidst the waves, resonated with the laws of space, verifying them. Boom! Space shattered, not from some powerful force but from internal destruction. Space collapsed all the way to its deepest layer. Colorful spatial turbulence surged from the depths, enveloping the Soul Pearl. The Soul Pearl glowed, mixing with the spatial turbulence. A colorful sphere appeared in the starry sky, looking very beautiful. While comprehending the laws of space, Lin Moyu also admired this change. Luo Shen's soul fluctuations grew more intense and clearer. Her soul power continuously climbed, and waves of soul pressure spread out.
She is indeed a saint sovereign.
Lin Moyu realized his judgment was correct. Luo Shen was not an ordinary other shore realm but a saint sovereign. In the Starry Sky Fish Race, saint sovereigns and other shore realm elders held different statuses. Saint sovereign elders had a status equivalent to the clan leader, wielding immense power. To some extent, this could compensate for the lack of bloodline. The Starry Sky Fish Race believed their bloodline was the noblest, but Lin Moyu knew that the human bloodline was the noblest. At that time, there were no so-called for great source races. The masters of the great world were the humans, without exception. In the colorful sphere, Luo Shen's aura grew stronger until it reached its peak, and the colorful sphere exploded like fireworks. The spatial waves that had lasted for a while also stopped, and space began to recover. A noble and elegant woman appeared in sight. Luo Shen looked 99% human, with only a few details retaining the Starry Sky Fish Race's marks. If she hid these details, she would look exactly like a human, with no trace of the Starry Sky Fish Race. Luo Shen's eyes were deep, as if they could contain the entire starry sky. Every movement she made was in harmony with space, exuding an indescribable beauty. She gracefully saluted Lin Moyu.
Thank you, young friend, for saving me.
Lin Moyu immediately returned the salute.
Senior Luo Shen, there's no need to be polite. I was just in the right place at the right time.
Luo Shen smiled beautifully.
Young friend is too modest. To kill Shaman Supreme, your strength is not something ordinary people can compare to. The human race, once the masters of this world, has a deep fortune that no other race can compare to. No matter how many hardships they endure, they will one day return to the divine throne and reach the peak again.
Lin Moyu sensed something else in Luo Shen's words, as if she knew things even he didn't. It seemed Luo Shen had gained something in the outer domain. Lin Moyu asked,
with Senior Luo Shen's strength, how did Shaman Supreme?
Luo Shen showed a bitter smile.
I was deceived. Shaman Supreme disguised himself as a human supreme and tricked me. He attacked me when I was unprepared. My body was destroyed, and only with these pearls did my soul escape. However, my soul was severely injured and had to hide in the soul pearl to heal.
She recounted her experience, blaming herself for not seeing through Shanlin Supreme's disguise. A Supreme, even an injured one, could succeed in a sneak attack on an unprepared Saint Sovereign. Mainly, Luo Shen had a half-human bloodline and a great affection for humans, which led to her being deceived.
Young friend must be wondering how I know. It's all because of these pearls.
Luo Shen touched the pearls on her ears.
These pearls are treasures I accidentally obtained in the outer domain. They are not only soul treasures but also space treasures and storage treasures. Moreover, they can record events around them, even in a storage space. So, I know everything young friend did.
Lin Moyu was genuinely shocked. Such a magical treasure, combining various functions, was rare. In this sense, only his scourge staff could compare. Lin Moyu finally understood why Luo Shen could quickly rebuild her body. First, she used the laws of space, and second, the pearls contained a large amount of materials. But Luo Shen only had her soul left. Where was her rule world? A Saint Sovereign must have a rule world. But such a question was impossible for Lin Moyu to ask, as it involved the greatest secret of a Saint Sovereign. Luo Shen continued,
However, young friend's storage space is very peculiar. Even these pearls couldn't break through it.
This meant that after Lin Moyu collected Shan Lin Supreme's corpse, Luoshin didn't know what happened. Lin Moyu said,
"That's not a storage space. It's my innate ability."
Luoshin showed an understanding expression.
No wonder. Young friend is a human and can comprehend the laws of space, which is truly commendable. Being saved by young friend, I am deeply grateful. Here is a small gift for you. If you ever need anything, feel free to ask, and I will do my best to help.
With that, Luoshin took out a shell and handed it to Lin Moyu.
Thank you, Senior Luoshin.
Lin Moyu didn't check what was inside the shell. A gift from a Saint Sovereign was bound to be valuable. Luoshin smiled.
Are you planning to return to the inner domain? It's still 1,000,000 light years away. I can give you a ride.
Lin Moyu was stunned. He didn't expect it to be so far. Red Star only told him the direction, not the exact distance. 1,000,000 light years. At his current speed, even at full effort, it would take at least several thousand years to return. That was too long. Lin Moyu didn't hesitate.
Then I'll trouble Senior Luoshin.
Luoshin smiled.
If I didn't have matters in the outer domain, I would personally escort you back.
With that, Luoshin pointed, and the laws of space converged, quickly forming a space gate. Lin Moyu said,
Thank you, Senior Luoshin. Until we meet again.
1939. Chapter 1939. The human race was too kind. Lin Moyu stepped through the space gate, experiencing a brief spatial journey. In just a few seconds, Lin Moyu had left the spatial passage and returned to the starry sky. Bright lights shot from afar, countless stars twinkling in the distance, emitting light and heat. This place was not far from the inner domain, at most a few light years away. For Lin Moyu, it wouldn't take long to reach it.
So fast.
Lin Moyu sighed. This was the difference in mastery of the laws of space. Luoshin's control over the laws of space was beyond imagination. She was a Saint Sovereign, fully mastering the laws of space, which had already sublimated into rules. In terms of space, she could set her own rules and manipulate space in various ways. Opening a space gate like this and instantly transporting oneself millions of light years away seemed like no big deal. Reflecting on his previous experiences, Lin Moyu realized that none of his teleportations were the same. Teleportation arrays could also perform long-distance teleportation, but the speed was much slower. The space gates of the Starry Sky fish race were fast but too short in distance. The warships modified by the Starry Sky fish race could travel in deep space for long periods, moving quickly, but not as fast as this. In just a few seconds, millions of light years, this speed was unimaginable. Lin Moyu also realized that if he ever wanted to travel through outer space, he would need to master the laws of space to perfection.
Finally back.
Lin Moyu exhaled deeply and headed towards the starlight. In the human race's divine city, the Talisman Saint Sovereign rushed into the central temple like lightning, bringing exciting news.
The Death Dragon Knights have responded.
Upon hearing this, the Hao Saint Sovereign and the Tian Saint Sovereign immediately stood up. They were equally excited.
Really?
Since Lin Moyu's disappearance, the Death Dragon Knights had been silent. Now that they had responded, it meant Lin Moyu had returned. The Hao Saint Sovereign was very pleased.
I knew this kid would be fine.
The Tian Saint Sovereign said,
Lin Xiaoyu has deep blessings. Even if he encounters an accident, it will be a close call at most.
The Hao Saint Sovereign added,
Perhaps not even a close call. This kid is too calm. Even when facing a Saint Sovereign's self-destruction, he would strike first.
The Talisman Saint Sovereign said,
I will have people monitor the starry sky. As soon as Lin Xiaoyu's whereabouts are discovered, I will notify you immediately.
The Tian Saint Sovereign nodded.
Have the military prepare. We might need to go to war.
The human race's star domain was located near the center of the inner domain. Lin Moyu's return from outer space had a certain probability of passing through other races' territories. If it were some small races, it wouldn't be a big deal. They generally wouldn't dare to provoke the human race. But if it were those hostile races, especially a few powerful ones, they wouldn't let a lone human race Saint Sovereign go. Lin Moyu's return journey might not be peaceful, depending on which direction he came from. The light ahead grew stronger, filling his entire vision. Lin Moyu didn't feel uncomfortable at all. Instead, he felt very comfortable. Although both were part of the great world, there was a significant difference between the inner and outer domains. This unexpected trip to the outer domain, after many years, brought a sense of nostalgia. Lin Moyu took steps, each covering 20 million kilometers, moving at an astonishing speed. Even the god sovereigns of the Golden Eagle race using spatial leaps couldn't match this speed. The stars grew rapidly larger, and the starlight became increasingly intense. After more than 10 days, several star systems came into view. These star systems were arranged somewhat strangely, not belonging to the human race. The Death Dragon Knights became Lin Moyu's best positioning coordinates. As long as the distance wasn't too far, Lin Moyu wouldn't lose his way. From these star systems, Lin Moyu saw many living beings. These beings were not strong, most still in the realm of ordinary people, with few even reaching the supergod level. Occasionally, there were a few true gods, the strongest being only a god king. These beings looked very strange, resembling reptiles. Although they had some strength, they hadn't fully evolved. A large part of them still belonged to the barbaric period, needing long years to evolve. But often, the great world wouldn't give them time to evolve. Their fate was often to become slaves of some powerful races or be directly exterminated. If their meat was delicious, they might even become a delicacy for some races. Lin Moyu didn't disturb them, just passing through the star systems. This was still the junction between the inner and outer domains, with not many star systems very scattered. After 2 more days, the number of star systems finally increased. The number of stars increased, and resources became more abundant. This also meant that Lin Moyu had officially returned to the inner domain. Covering 20 million kilometers in one step, Lin Moyu had just appeared in the starry sky when several attacks landed on him. His purple-gold body instinctively activated, blocking the attacks. The attack strength wasn't high, just at the God King level, not even enough to scratch Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu was quite surprised, not expecting to enter a battlefield. 2 races were at war, the scale not large, led by a few minor god sovereigns.
Human race! How can a human race suddenly appear here? Leave quickly, we are at war.
Lin Moyu's sudden appearance made both sides stop simultaneously. They were just small races, unable to provoke a giant like the human race. If a human race Saint Sovereign were harmed here, they couldn't bear the human race's retaliation. Lin Moyu looked at them. These 2 races were so small that he hadn't even bothered to remember their names. Lin Moyu smiled slightly.
I'm just passing by. Continue your fight, don't mind me.
With that, he took a step and disappeared from the battlefield. The 2 races were too weak, and the battlefield's scope was very small. With just 1 step, Lin Moyu had left the battlefield far behind. In the great world, wars were everywhere. For resources, survival, and power, various races were always fighting. Fighting to the death seemed to have no end. Lin Moyu thought of ancient times when countless human race powerhouses conquered one world after another. They incorporated those worlds into the great world, making them vassals of the great world. It seemed like plundering others' things, but from another perspective, it was also a form of protection. If those small worlds collided, they would also engage in great wars with countless casualties. Under the human race's rule, they could coexist peacefully without wars among themselves. The beings within the worlds could grow freely. Because the human race was strong enough, they wouldn't restrict them. Even if a few supremes appeared within their races, it wouldn't affect the human race. But even so, they were still not satisfied. At the most dangerous moment for the human race, they all became traitors, stabbing the human race in the back. Lin Moyu's eyes showed killing intent.
If given another chance, the human race should make a different choice.
In his heart, the human race was too kind back then. If they had killed all the beings in those worlds, there wouldn't have been later disasters. But it's not too late now. The remnants of those worlds, after so many years, have become various races within the great world. They might remember history, or they might have completely lost it, but it doesn't matter. One day, they will pay for their ancestors' actions. Lin Moyu continued towards the human race's star domain, when suddenly, emerald green flames erupted violently from the starry sky. 1940. Chapter 1940. Passing by the demon territory. Emerald green flames blossomed before Lin Moyu like fireworks, then erupted like a volcano, spewing out wildly. The flames transformed into an abyssal dragon, lunging towards Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu did not dodge, allowing the fire dragon to crash into him. His purple-gold body glowed, blocking the abyssal flames, which couldn't harm him at all.
Abyssal flames!
Amidst the flames, Lin Moyu remained calm, knowing which race's star domain he had entered. This was the star domain of the demon race, specifically the territory of the abyssal lineage. He had just triggered the demon race's barrier, which attacked him. With the abyssal flames still burning, Lin Moyu approached the barrier and then punched it. Boom! A loud noise echoed as the barrier was struck, revealing itself in the starry sky. It was an enormous barrier covering a vast star domain. Through the barrier, countless star systems could be seen inside. These star systems also had stars, but unlike the human race's stars, they were tainted by abyssal flames, appearing green and emitting very low temperatures, much lower than ordinary flames. The abyssal lineage of the demon race represented coldness and fear. They favored this kind of cold flame, which was quite repulsive. Lin Moyu didn't know what the original world of the demon race was like, but they were once conquered by the human race. The human race had given them space to live, but they later betrayed the human race.
The sages of that time were too kind.
Lin Moyu muttered, unleashing nearly 1,000 punches, shattering a large part of the barrier. This massive barrier wasn't a single entity but was formed by countless smaller barriers linked together. Using his brute strength, Lin Moyu shattered one of the smaller barriers and then flew inside. His actions alarmed the demon guards. In his undead vision, Lin Moyu saw a group of soul flames flying towards him.
Only 1,000? They seem to underestimate me.
The approaching demon army consisted of only 1,000 soldiers, carried by a warship, rushing towards him. Before they could reach him, still 1,000,000 miles away, Lin Moyu pointed his finger. The bone hell appeared, enveloping the demon warship. Hellfire burned the warship, and countless hellish spirits dismembered and devoured the demons in an instant. The demons weren't strong enough, and after devouring them, the hellish spirits didn't grow much stronger, far less effective than devouring a god sovereign. The damaged warship floated in the starry sky as Lin Moyu passed by, flying into the distance. He wouldn't enter the heart of the demon territory, confident in his strength but not arrogant enough to take such a risk. He was just passing by the demon territory, leaving some traces of his presence. Lin Moyu moved along the edge of the demon star domain, eventually stopping on a planet, looking down coldly. On the planet, many demons were feasting. Their food was none other than the living beings of other races. Those beings screamed in agony, but it didn't stop the demons from tearing them apart. They looked no different from beasts. Lin Moyu felt no sympathy or anger, only disgust. The demon star systems were filled with slaughter and brutality. There were no exquisite buildings, only green flames emitting a strong stench on the planets. The stench was so strong that it could be smelled even in the starry sky, making the soul feel uncomfortable. The blood of those beings flowed into the ground, seeping into the earth, making the entire planet reek of blood. Who knew how many years it took to turn the planet into such a state?
Once, the human race had countless vast star domains. In the ancient war, many planets were destroyed. 10,000 years ago, various races invaded the human race, leading to the destruction of many planets, with many being taken by other races as resources. Good planets turned into this.
The disgust grew stronger, and Lin Moyu flicked his finger, releasing the bone hell to envelop the planet. The entire planet was covered by the bone hell, with hellfire raging everywhere. making the already harsh environment even more terrifying. In the bone hell, bones and hellfire were everywhere. Bones fell from the sky, along with hellfire, crashing onto the planet. In an instant, countless demons were crushed by the bones or burned to death by the hellfire. Then the most terrifying hellish spirits rushed out, starting to devour the demons on the planet.
Since you like eating other beings, taste the pain of being eaten yourself. Eat slowly, no need to rush, take more bites.
Lin Moyu ordered the hellish spirits to eat slowly, making the demons taste the pain of being devoured. The hellish spirits switched from big bites to small bites, tearing the demons apart piece by piece. The planet was shrouded in death, and facing millions of hellish spirits equivalent to 6-stage god sovereigns. The demons had no power to resist. They tried to escape, but with the bone hell covering them, there was nowhere to run. The hellish spirits not only devoured the demons but also the planet itself. This surprised Lin Moyu.
I didn't expect the planet to become food too. If that's the case, then eat it. These planets are useless anyway.
The planets ravaged by the demons had no value left. Now, becoming food for the hellish spirits was a form of waste utilization.
Human, you seek death.
Lin Moyu was enjoying the performance of the bone hell when he suddenly heard an angry shout. Demons had arrived, 18 god kings and 1 god sovereign. Lin Moyu had already noticed them. They were near a star, seemingly using it for cultivation. The green star constantly spewed abyssal flames, serving as nourishment for these demons. They discovered Lin Moyu and rushed over immediately. With a thought, Lin Moyu expanded the bone hell, engulfing them all. The hellish spirits pounced on them, devouring them madly.
What is this? My soul! What kind of ghostly thing is this? Why is it so strong?
They screamed frantically, using spells and treasures to attack the hellish spirits. But they were too weak to harm the hellish spirits. In no time, they were devoured completely, leaving no trace. In just half an hour, the starry sky fell silent. The planet, along with the demons on it, was entirely devoured by the hellish spirits. The hellish spirits grew slightly stronger, but not significantly. Lin Moyu sensed the changes in the bone hell. Overall, devouring the planet was somewhat effective, better than devouring god kings.
If planets can be devoured, what about stars?
With a thought, Lin Moyu stepped to the side of a star. The star emitted green light, with abyssal flames dancing on it. In the next second, the bone hell enveloped the star, and the hellish spirits began devouring it.
It really works.
Lin Moyu felt the changes in the bone hell. The star visibly shrank, and the bone hell's aura grew stronger. Although the increase wasn't significant, it was still an improvement. An hour later, the star was completely devoured.
A star is equivalent to devouring a high-stage god sovereign. Not bad. A regular planet is equivalent to a low-stage god sovereign. If that's the case...
Lin Moyu looked into the distance, where many more star systems and stars awaited. 1941. Chapter 1941. This guy is a devil. The demon race, being one of the powerful races, occupies a vast star domain. Unlike the human race's star domain, which is located in the central region, part of the demon race's territory extends towards the outer domain, where insignificant small races reside, races that the demon race doesn't even consider worth their attention. In the eyes of the demon race, these small races are merely food that can be consumed at any time. Therefore, the demon race allows their existence without exterminating them. In this region, the demon race hasn't set up strong defenses, only using a barrier to cover it, which they basically don't need to manage. In fact, there has never been a problem here. Lin Moyu, returning from the outer domain, happened to pass through this region, bringing an unexpected nightmare to the demon race. Lin Moyu broke through the edge of the barrier, passing through one star system after another. The bone hell bloomed along the way, devouring one planet after another, extinguishing the stars in the star systems. Once enveloped by the bone hell, it was as if they entered another world, making it difficult for any information to be transmitted out. The demon race doesn't have a miraculous existence like the human emperor network, so what Lin Moyu did wasn't discovered by demons in other star systems. Along the way, Lin Moyu encountered almost no decent resistance. This region was too marginal, occasionally encountering one or two god sovereigns, and they were all low-level god sovereigns. In most places, there weren't even god sovereigns. A minor god sovereign was already the strongest existence. Lin Moyu casually killed them, making them all food for the bone hell. At this moment, Lin Moyu had transformed into the Grim Reaper, bringing death to countless demons. The originally bright starry sky began to dim. A large number of stars were devoured, plunging the entire world into darkness.
The bone hell is getting stronger. Although the speed of strengthening is not fast, the momentum is good and very stable.
Lin Moyu felt the changes in the bone hell. As the number of devoured demons increased, the bone hell also gradually strengthened. The hellish spirits were still at the 6th stage of God Sovereign, but they were stronger than before, and their numbers had increased. The range that the bone hell could cover also expanded. Originally, the bone hell could cover a diameter of about 10 million kilometers of the starry sky, but now it had increased to 20 million kilometers, doubling in size. The bone hell gave Lin Moyu the feeling of having no upper limit. As long as it devoured enough, it could keep growing, breaking through imagination.
If one day the range of the bone hell reaches infinity, destroying sects and exterminating races would be just a thought.
Lin Moyu fantasized about the possible future changes of the bone hell. He felt that his fantasy was not impossible. Boom! Green flames erupted in the starry sky, powerful energy rushing towards him. Lin Moyu looked up and saw a mass of dark green flames appearing 100,000 kilometers away. Abyssal flames, the darker the color, the greater the power. A smile appeared on his lips.
Finally here!
He had slaughtered more than 10 star systems along the way, finally alarming the demon race. Lin Moyu even felt that the demon race's reaction was too slow. It had been several days before they discovered him. From within the flames, a demon army flew out. Over 100 warships flew towards Lin Moyu with great momentum, locking onto him. Within the abyssal flames, an enormous demon eye appeared. The demon eye was extremely cold, staring coldly at Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu felt himself being locked by an invisible force. As long as he remained within the demon race's territory, he couldn't escape the lock, no matter where he went.
Abyssal Demon Eye.
Lin Moyu calmly uttered the name of the demon eye. This was a demon eye transformed from abyssal flames, capable of locking and tracking enemies. Especially within the demon race's territory, no one could escape the abyssal demon eye. The human race and the demon race are arch-enemies, deeply understanding each other. Lin Moyu also knew that the abyssal demon eye had deeper functions. Its appearance also meant that the other shore and saint sovereigns of the demon race already knew his location and were probably rushing over. With their speed, teleporting all the way, it wouldn't take half a day to arrive.
After killing this batch, it's time to leave.
Lin Moyu knew that once the other shore realm of the demon race arrived, he would be in trouble. With his current strength, he was not yet capable of confronting the entire demon race. 100 warships, with a large number of demons flying out, formed a battle formation in the starry sky. A large number of demon battle knives and demon battle shields appeared in the starry sky. The knife-shield combination was the most commonly used battle formation of the demon race, extremely powerful and renowned among various races. There were a total of 100 demon battle formations, each consisting of 1,000 God King Realm demons, led by minor God Sovereign Realm demons. 100 warships, 100,000 demons. Then several God Sovereigns flew out from the warships, standing at the back of the formation, staring coldly at Lin Moyu. The demon army in the border area wasn't strong, and the temporary deployment could only reach this level. Lin Moyu knew that these demons were actually cannon fodder, meant to stall him. He didn't believe that the demon race was unaware of his strength. These guys alone were not his opponents. But could they stall him? With a light touch of his finger, The bone hell instantly expanded several times, covering 20 million kilometers of the starry sky with Lin Moyu at the center. The world changed, and all the demons felt like they had entered another world. Countless bones mixed with hellfire fell like a storm. The bones were extremely heavy, like heavy punches, smashing into the battle formations. The shield formations immediately moved to resist the hellfire and countless bones. The warships raised barriers to block the attacks. Then, the hellish spirits rushed out of the flames, biting like wild beasts. The demon battle formations activated, the battle knives slashing out like whirlwinds, quickly counterattacking. An army is an army, extremely powerful in both combat strength and adaptability. Unfortunately, the battle formations formed by God Kings were too weak. Facing the six-stage God Sovereign hellish spirits, they were useless. The hellish spirits ignored the attacks, quickly breaking through the battle formations, biting into the demons. Souls were torn apart, and the damage to the soul fed back to the body, causing the body to explode with blood floating in the bone hell. The blood gathered into rivers, flowing into the river of hellfire, making it burn even more fiercely. For a time, the bone hell was filled with the screams of demons. The battle formations broke apart, and the demons were in disarray. The hellish spirits not only attacked the battle formations but also the warships. There was nothing they couldn't bite through. In just a few bites, the barriers collapsed, and the warships were quickly torn to pieces. Several demon god sovereigns' faces changed drastically. They attacked with spells. Upon discovering that they were helpless against the hellish spirits, they quickly fled. But in the bone hell, there was nowhere to escape. Being caught was only a matter of time.
What on earth is this thing? Is this really a human race technique? Why do I feel like he's more like a demon than us? This guy isn't a demon. He's a devil, bringing death.
The demons screamed in terror. Lin Moyu brought not hell, not hellish spirits, but death. Lin Moyu looked at the abyssal demon eye.
This thing should be edible too.
Before he could give the order, a hellish spirit had already pounced on the abyssal demon eye, opening its mouth and biting down. Lin Moyu seemed to hear a scream as the abyssal demon eye collapsed on the spot. 1942. Chapter 1942. As if just arriving in the great world. The demon race, Abyssal City, one of the few cities within the demon race, is also the main city of the abyssal lineage of demons. Within the demon race, demons are divided into various ranks with a very strict hierarchy. Low-level demons are only fit to live in the wild or in caves. They are not qualified to build cities. Mid-level demons can establish their own cities, but they are just small towns, like villages. Only some high-level demons are qualified to build large cities. However, a main city like Abyssal City can only be established by the royal lineage of demons. This race, which values bloodline above all, bases everything on bloodline. Low-level demons have low-level bloodlines, destined never to produce strong individuals. In fact, many races are like this. Even the Starry Sky Fish race has such distinctions. In the main city of the abyssal lineage, there stands a palace, from which angry roars can be heard.
Lin Moyu, you deserve to die.
The roar shook the entire abyssal city. If Lin Moyu were here, he would recognize the voice of the abyssal demon sovereign. In the palace, a short demon was kneeling respectfully before the abyssal demon sovereign, flattering in an extremely humble tone.
Great demon sovereign, you need not be angry. The Nether Fire Demon Sovereign, Blue Fire Demon Sovereign, and Red Fire Demon Sovereign have already gone after him. You will soon have Lin Moyu's head.
The abyssal demon sovereign's voice was gloomy.
Those three may not be able to kill Lin Moyu.
The short demon kept his head down.
The 3 demon sovereigns may not be enough, but with your clone and the ice blue void ship, there will be no problem.
The abyssal demon sovereign closed his eyes, flames flickering on his body, and the short demon dared not lift his head. After a while, the abyssal demon sovereign said,
You may leave. Inform me immediately if there is any news. Yes, my lord.
The short demon kept his head down and backed out of the palace step by step. Only after leaving the palace did he lift his head. He looked strange, with a short body but a large head. His head had no facial features, only one eye. But now that eye was bleeding. The short demon kept gasping, his whole body trembling in unbearable pain. But in front of the abyssal demon sovereign, he dared not show any of it. The short demon, known as the abyssal eye demon, is a very special type of demon within the abyssal lineage. They can communicate with the abyssal flame, condensing the abyssal demon eye to observe various areas within the demon territory. They can also project the observed images. The abyssal demon eye that previously gazed at Lin Moyu was his work. He didn't expect the hellish spirits to even devour the abyssal demon eye, causing him to suffer backlash.
Lin Moyu, you really deserve to die.
The abyssal eye demon roared softly, but his voice was low, as if afraid of being heard by others. The abyssal eye demon's strength is very weak, most of them not even reaching the God King realm. Their only function is to communicate with the abyssal flame and condense the abyssal demon eye. It is because of this ability that they have some status within the demon race. But they are still looked down upon by many powerful demons because of their weak strength. He dared not hate other demons, nor blame the abyssal demon sovereign who commanded him, only daring to direct his anger at Lin Moyu. On the battlefield, the bone hell took only a dozen minutes to devour all 100,000 demons. Even the few demon god sovereigns who tried to escape within the bone hell were not spared, ultimately becoming food for the hellish spirits.
It's time to go.
Lin Moyu retracted the bone hell without any hesitation. He took 2 or 3 steps, leaping tens of millions of kilometers, and once again reached the edge of the demon race's barrier. His fists moved like the wind, purple gold light flashing, and in the blink of an eye he threw hundreds of punches. With a series of explosions, the barrier shattered on the spot. Lin Moyu quickly left the barrier, leaving the demon star domain. The undead wings spread out, his soul power surged, and he broke through space, disappearing. A few minutes after Lin Moyu left, 3 flames appeared in the starry sky. A ghostly green flame, a blue-tinged green flame, and a red-tinged green flame. The 3 flames represented 3 demon sovereigns: the Netherfire Demon Sovereign, Bluefire Demon Sovereign, and Redfire Demon Sovereign. Although they were called Demon Sovereigns, they were actually in the other shore realm. The Abyssal Demon Sovereign was their leader, belonging to the Saint Sovereign realm. Even among Demon Sovereigns, there were differences in strength.
We are late. Lin Moyu has already escaped. He can't escape.
The Redfire Demon Sovereign took out a peculiar eye-shaped treasure. The eye immediately shot out a beam of light, pointing in the direction Lin Moyu had fled.
Chase!
The Blue Fire Demon Sovereign shouted, and the blue flame exploded, leading the chase. They quickly reached the barrier and saw it had been shattered. The 3 flew out of the barrier, and the light from the eye pointed again in the direction Lin Moyu had gone. The Red Fire Demon Sovereign said,
He is far away.
The Blue Fire Demon Sovereign snorted.
Even if he is far, we must chase him. We cannot let him escape.
With that, he threw out an ice blue warship, the ice blue void ship given by the Abyssal Demon Sovereign. The 3 jumped onto the warship, space began to distort, and the warship chased after Lin Moyu like a teleportation array. Lin Moyu drove the undead wings, flying nearly 10 billion kilometers in one breath. At this moment, he had left the Demon Star domain but still felt someone watching him.
I've been marked.
In an instant, he understood what was happening. The demon race had special means to mark him, just like the Abyssal Demon Sovereign could quickly lock onto his position through the mark. This mark was difficult to remove. If it was placed by the Abyssal Demon Sovereign, it would at least require a Saint Sovereign to remove it. As long as the mark existed, Lin Moyu knew he would eventually be caught, even if he used space laws to escape. The demon race's other shore and Saint Sovereigns must have their own methods. Lin Moyu thought of Luotian. If he could open a space gate like Luotian, jumping millions of light years, he could instantly return to the human star domain. It would be as easy as coming and going at will. Suddenly, his soul warned him of danger. Lin Moyu felt something was wrong. Someone was chasing him, and very quickly. The undead wings vibrated violently, breaking through space again, fleeing rapidly. Just half a minute after Lin Moyu left, space began to distort. An ice-blue warship appeared in the starry sky, less than 10,000 kilometers from where Lin Moyu had been. The red fire demon sovereign activated the eye-shaped treasure, confirming the direction again. Space continued to distort, and the ice-blue void ship disappeared again, chasing at an astonishing speed. Lin Moyu's sense of danger grew more urgent, and his keen soul sensed the other party's aura. He sensed 3 auras, all in the other shore realm.
3 other shore realm demon sovereigns, and they have space treasures. They really think highly of me, sending 3 at once. Killing them is not difficult, but it seems not worth it.
Lin Moyu had a trump card, the corpse of Shanlin Supreme. If he used Corpse Explosion, he could instantly kill the 3 demon sovereigns. But using a Supreme's corpse to exchange for 3 other shore realm beings was not worth it. Lin Moyu didn't want to make such an unprofitable deal, so he pushed the undead wings to their limit and fled directly. 1943. Chapter 1943. This monster finally gone. Lin Moyu ran swiftly, with the 3 demon sovereigns in hot pursuit, the distance between them gradually closing. At this moment, Lin Moyu had already determined his position. He was at least 30,000 light-years away from the nearest human star domain. If he relied on his undead wings and fully activated the laws of space to fly at full speed, traveling at a speed of 1 billion kilometers per second, it would take about 9 years to return to the human star domain. 9 years wasn't a long time, and Lin Moyu could fully accept it. The key issue was that 3 demon sovereigns were currently chasing him, and they also possessed space-related treasures, making their speed no slower than his. In this situation, let alone 9 years, it was questionable whether he could last 9 days. This scene was reminiscent of when he first arrived in the Great World, being chased by a demon king.
I must shake them off and find a way to remove the mark.
Lin Moyu's thoughts raced, quickly coming up with a plan. Although he wasn't sure if it would work, it was worth a try. To escape the pursuit, the most important thing was to remove the mark left on him. Lin Moyu knew that using conventional methods and relying on his own strength, it was impossible to remove the mark, and he couldn't even locate where the mark was. The only option now was to use unconventional methods. With a thought, he instantly unleashed all his power. His body swelled up and then exploded with a bang. Lin Moyu self-destructed on the spot, leaving no bones behind. Immediately after, a flash of purple light swept through the sky, and the scattered flesh and blood reassembled. With his innate ability activated, Lin Moyu was reborn. After his rebirth, Lin Moyu felt completely renewed and was delighted to find that the mark was gone. He had used self-destruction to remove the mark. Then, his undead wings spread out again, and he changed direction, breaking through space and disappearing. Just half a minute after Lin Moyu left, the 3 demon sovereigns arrived on the ice-blue void ship. The eye-shaped treasure in the hands of the red fire demon sovereign lost its direction and spun aimlessly in his palm, emitting no light. The nether fire demon sovereign couldn't believe it.
He removed the mark.
The blue fire demon sovereign was equally incredulous.
How could he remove the mark set by the Lord?
The red fire demon sovereign said solemnly,
But it's a fact. I can feel that a powerful force erupted here, and then the mark disappeared.
Without the mark, the 3 didn't know where to pursue, leaving them at a loss. The Netherfire Demon Sovereign reluctantly contacted the Abyssal Demon Sovereign, only to be scolded. In the palace of the Abyssal Main City, the Abyssal Demon Sovereign was so furious that he shattered his throne. He roared angrily,
3 other shore realm demon sovereigns chasing a god sovereign realm human, and you still lost him. This is a disgrace to the demon race. If the Hell lineage finds out, I won't be able to show my face.
His voice echoed through the Abyssal Main City, causing all the demons in the city to tremble in fear. Lin Moyu flew billions of kilometers, changing directions several times. Only when the feeling of being pursued completely disappeared did he finally breathe a sigh of relief.
It's a pity that only 3 other Shore Realm Demon Sovereigns came. If the Abyssal Demon Sovereign had come too, I wouldn't have had to run.
If the Abyssal Demon Sovereign had come, Lin Moyu would have used the corpse of Shanlin Supreme without hesitation to kill the Abyssal Demon Sovereign. But on second thought, he felt something was off. One of the demon race's most proficient abilities is creating clones, and almost all demons have clones. For other Shore Realm Demon Sovereigns, they have even more clones, ranging from 1 or 2 to 3 or 4. Even if the Abyssal Demon Sovereign came, it might not be his true body. Killing his clone wouldn't be meaningful. It would be a losing deal. Lin Moyu thought.
Only if I can confirm it's his true body will I use my trump card.
He continued to circle around. His previous actions had already attracted the attention of the demon race, so he couldn't go back for now. Lin Moyu decided to take a detour and approach from the side. Having reached the rear of the demon race with great difficulty, how could he miss such a good opportunity? It would be a waste not to take advantage of it to feed his bone hell. 10 days later, Lin Moyu arrived at another edge of the Demon Star domain. This area was also on the edge of the demon territory, still close to the outer domain with similarly weak defenses. The demon territory was too vast. Just the outer area was enough for Lin Moyu to fly for 2 years. The barrier sensed Lin Moyu's arrival, and green flames emerged, transforming into a fire dragon that lunged at him. Lin Moyu didn't take the fire dragon seriously and shattered it with a punch. Then, the bone hell flew out, and the hellish spirits silently shattered the barrier. 10 days later, Lin Moyu returned to the Demon Star domain. He brought death with him once again. Soon, a star system fell into death, and another star was extinguished. Lin Moyu once again became the Grim Reaper, taking away countless demons. This time, with experience, Lin Moyu attacked 10 star systems in succession and then left without hesitation. By the time the demon race reacted, he was long gone. Half a day after Lin Moyu left, a green flame appeared in the starry sky, and the abyssal demon eye began to scan. But apart from the already massacred star systems, there was no trace of Lin Moyu. However, Lin Moyu had secretly left behind a skeleton general. Upon seeing the abyssal demon eye, the skeleton general immediately slashed out sword energy, shattering the abyssal demon eye. In the abyssal main city, the abyssal eye demon screamed in agony as his newly healed eye bled again.
Lin Moyu, I hate you! I will kill you!
The abyssal eye demon screamed in pain, filled with hatred. But it was to no avail. He couldn't find Lin Moyu's whereabouts. Lin Moyu left the Demon Star domain again. Through the skeleton general he left behind, he roughly judged the reaction time of the demons, about a day and a half. Lin Moyu noted this time and planned to shorten his stay by 5 minutes each time. Once the demons adapted, their reaction speed would increase. Lin Moyu devised a detailed battle plan, or more accurately, a bone hell growth plan. Lin Moyu launched repeated sneak attacks, leaving a mess each time. Countless demons were killed, and entire star systems were destroyed. Lin Moyu became a thorn in the side of the demon race, occasionally coming to stab them, making the demons gnash their teeth in hatred. 100 days later, Lin Moyu's name had spread throughout the entire demon race. All demons knew that in the border areas, there was such a person. He specialized in hunting weak demons for fun, leaving no life wherever he went. Whether it was planets or stars, they would disappear. Some demons felt their dignity was being violated and loudly clamored to eliminate Lin Moyu. The demon race's army was recalled from the front lines, and many god sovereigns returned to the areas where Lin Moyu had appeared. Other Shore Realm demons also rushed over, ready to act at any time. But 100 days later, Lin Moyu seemed to have completely disappeared, never appearing again. The abyssal lineage of demons set up a net, but Lin Moyu never showed up. Another 100 days passed, and news came from the hell lineage of the demon race that Lin Moyu had appeared there. Lin Moyu was doing the same thing, slaughtering weak demon planets and stars. This news actually made the abyssal lineage of demons breathe a sigh of relief.
This monster, finally gone.
1944, 1944.